Hello, welcome back to Math is Easy, step by step. Hey, in this part 30 video, we're going to subtract mixed number fractions. And there are two ways you can solve this type of problem, right? You can convert a mixed number into an improper fraction, find the common denominator, manipulate the fraction, and then subtract. Convert that improper fraction back into a mixed number answer for your final answer. The other method is to take the whole numbers, 5 minus 1, and you get 4. Find a common denominator, in this case would be 12. 4 times 3 is 12, so I multiply top and bottom by 3. 3 times 3 is 9, 4 times 3 is 12. So 9 twelfths minus 1 twelfth gives me 8 twelfths. I can divide 4 into both 8 and 12 evenly to reduce that fraction. 8 twelfths now becomes 2 thirds. 4 goes into 8 2 times, and 4 goes into 12 3 times. So again, 5 minus 1 is 4. The fraction is 2 thirds. My answer would be 4 and 2 thirds. But if you don't understand that method, that's okay. Let's go ahead and convert these improper fractions. Let's convert these mixed numbers into improper fractions and take this step by step. All right, so I'm following the formula. We take our denominator, multiply it times the whole number. The product you add to the numerator, the top part of the fraction, 3. So 4 times 5, add the 3 to that product, all over the original denominator of 4. Minus, 12 times 1, add the 1 to your product, all over the value of 12. Let's take a look and see what that looks like. Okay, so we can see here, 4 times 5 is 20, plus 3 is 23 over the original denominator, minus. 12 times 1 is 12, plus 1 is 13 over the original denominator, which is 12. Now, what would you do in this situation in order to subtract these two fractions? What would you do? Well, I can tell you what I would do. I would use a product chart to find the common denominator that's the same bottom number that both 4 and 12 share. Okay, so I'm going to take 4 and 12 and place that at the top of my product chart. And I'm going to see what product or answer to multiplication problem both 4 and 12 share. Right? So I can see here 4 times 1 is 4. Add another 4. That gets you 4 times 2, which is 8. Add 4 to 8, you'll get 12. That's the same thing as 4 times 3. Add 4 to 12, you get 16. That's the same thing as 4 times 4. Add 4 to 16, that gives you 20. It's the same thing as 4 times 5. Right? Add another 4 to that, you get 24. That's the same thing as 4 times 6. Add 4 more, you get 28, and that's 4 times 7. All right, so you can do the same thing with 12. 12 times 1 is 12. Add 12 to 12, and you get 12 times 2, which is 24. Add 12 to 24, which is 36. That's the same thing as 12 times 3. Add 12 more, you get 48. That's 12 times 4, right? 12 times 4 is 48. 12 times 5 is 60. 12 times 6 is 72. And 12 times 7 is 84. So multiplying and adding is a direct relationship. I wanted to make sure I showed that to you. So both 12 and 4 share the same product. That's the answer to a multiplication problem of 24. They both share the same product of 12. Now again, if you've been watching all of my videos, then you know you'd want to choose 12 as the common denominator. That way you do not have to reduce your fraction when you're finished working out the problem. If you choose 24, and you can multiply 4 times 6 top and bottom to get a common denominator of 24. You can multiply 12 times 2 to top and bottom to get a common denominator of 24. But when you finish working these problems, you're going to have to reduce your fraction, which is one more added step. That means you could make a mistake in your answer. So you want to choose the smaller of the two products, 24 or 12. I will choose 12. That way, most likely, I'm not going to have to reduce my answer with my final answer. So 4 times 3 is 12. So I'm going to multiply top and bottom by 3. 12 times 1 is 12. I'll multiply top and bottom by 1. Let's see, what does that look like? Okay, so 4 times 3 is 12. 23 times 3 is 69. Minus minus, 12 times 1 is 12. 13 times 1 is 13. So now we have the same common denominator. We can subtract the numerator or the top number values. 69 minus 13 gives me 56. And the 12 just stays the same throughout. Now you have an improper fraction, right? Every fraction is a division problem. 56 divided by 12. 56 divided by 12. At this stage, you need to ask yourself, can I reduce 56 over 12? Is there a number other than 1 that I can divide into top and bottom, that same number into top and bottom, that leaves me a remainder of 0, right? 56 is an even number. 12 is an even number. What's the smallest even number that can be divided into top and bottom? All right, if you said 2, you're absolutely correct. So 12 divided by 2 is 6. I know that because 2 times 6 is 12. 56 divided by 2 is 28. I know that because 2 times 28, or 28 plus 28, is 56. So I can reduce 56 twelfths by dividing 2 into top and bottom. That gives me 28 over 6. Now, even number on top, even number on bottom. I can divide 2 into both top and bottom evenly without a remainder. So 28 divided by 2, 2 goes into 2 one time, 2 goes into 8 4 times, 14. Or I know that because 2 times 14 is 28. 6 divided by 2 is 3, and I know that because 2 times 3 is 6. So I have even number on top, odd number on bottom. Most likely I'm not going to be able to reduce this fraction. However, I can convert this improper fraction into a mixed number, right? Every fraction's a division problem. 14 divided by 3. Let's take a look. What does that look like? Okay, so you can see here, 14 divided by 3. 3 times 5 is 15. 15 is larger than 4. That will not work. 3 times 4 is 12. I can subtract 12 from 14. It gives me a remainder of 2. Remember, the number above the divisor bar is our whole number 4. Our remainder is our new numerator, or the top part of the fraction. And the denominator of 3 stays the same denominator. The answer is 4 2/3, just as discussed in the first part of this video. Hey, math is easy. Take it step by step. I got one more example of a subtraction of mixed number problems. Stick around for video 31. I'm also going to give you some suggested internet searches for you to practice some of these problems with answers so you can make sure you're doing it correctly. Math is easy. Take it step by step. Thank you for joining me. If I've helped you, please help me to help others. Like, follow, share, subscribe.